Anger is a powerful emotion that affects everyone. It comes suddenly and makes people feel isolated, just like sadness. When someone is angry, they feel separated from others, as if nothing else matters at that moment. It gives a temporary feeling of strength, but deep inside it comes from a place of pain and disappointment. People often get angry when they feel hurt, rejected, or when things don't go their way. Anger can also come from jealousy or the desire to hurt someone. Imagine two friends, one of whom gets a new car while the other struggles financially. The second friend might feel jealous and start finding faults in the first friend. This jealousy turns into anger because the person feels that life is unfair. Instead of dealing with their own emotions, they blame someone else. This is common in human nature. We justify our anger by blaming others. People often feel that their anger is right. If they see someone being mistreated, they believe they have the right to be angry. If they feel insulted, they think their anger is justified. But anger does not solve problems. A husband and wife may argue because of small misunderstandings. The husband forgets an anniversary, the wife gets angry, they argue, and both feel hurt. But if the wife understood that her husband simply forgot because he was busy, and if the husband apologized sincerely, the anger would not grow into resentment. Holding on to anger is dangerous. When people store anger inside, it turns into bitterness. Suppose a man is insulted at work. If he forgets about it, the anger disappears. But if he keeps thinking about it, he feels worse and worse. Over time, he becomes resentful toward his boss, his coworkers, and even his job. This stored anger is like poison. It hurts the person carrying it more than anyone else. Many people believe that forgiveness is the answer, but the real solution is to avoid storing anger in the first place. If you don't let anger stay in your heart, you won't need to forgive because you were never truly affected by it. People depend on others for happiness. A woman depends on her husband to make her feel loved. A man depends on his job to feel respected. When something goes wrong, anger arises. If a person loses their job, they feel lost and insecure, which leads to anger. If a friend ignores their call, they feel rejected and hurt. This dependence on others for happiness is dangerous, because no one can always meet our expectations. The moment expectations are not fulfilled, anger takes over. Understanding this can change everything. Imagine a person who expects nothing from others. If someone praises them, they feel happy. But if someone insults them, they do not feel hurt. Why? Because they do not have an image of themselves that needs protection. A person who is honest with themselves will not feel insulted if someone calls them a liar. They will either accept it as truth or know it is false and move on. But when someone is pretending to be perfect and gets called a liar, they become angry because their self-image is threatened. Violence, whether in families or between nations, comes from the same source: fear and insecurity. When people feel threatened, they attack. When they feel they might lose something, they fight. This is why people argue about religion, politics, and personal beliefs. They are afraid of losing their identity, so they fight to protect it. But what are they really protecting? Just ideas, beliefs, and opinions, things that are not real in a physical sense. The biggest cause of anger is the need for security. People want to feel safe in their relationships, jobs, and social positions. A man wants his wife to always love him, but love cannot be guaranteed. A businessman wants his company to always succeed, but markets change. When reality does not match expectations, people feel anger. But the truth is, nothing is permanent. Understanding this can bring peace. If a person wants to truly overcome anger, they must stop escaping from reality. Instead of blaming others, they must look within. Why am I angry? Is it because someone insulted me? Or is it because I believe I should never be insulted? Is it because I lost money? Or because I believe that money would make me happy? Every time a person gets angry, they should ask themselves these questions. Society is built on ambition and competition. People admire those who succeed, even if that success comes at the cost of others. A businessman who crushes his competitors is praised. A politician who defeats his rivals is celebrated. But in reality, this mindset creates a world of anger and division. Young people are taught to chase success, but no one teaches them how to be content. This leads to frustration, jealousy, and even crime. Many problems in the world, from political conflicts to personal betrayals, come from this endless competition. Instead of trying to control anger with rules and discipline, people must understand its roots. The problem is not just in individuals, but in the entire system of society. If people stopped worshiping success and started valuing kindness, things would change. If a person is raised with love instead of pressure to achieve, they will not feel jealousy toward others. If a person is taught that they are already complete, they will not become angry when someone else succeeds. Instead of trying to control the world, people must learn to control their own thoughts and reactions. If one person stops the cycle of anger, others may follow. Love is stronger than hate, and understanding is more powerful than anger. But this requires deep awareness. Instead of reacting automatically, people must pause, reflect, and truly see things as they are. When they do this, anger fades and what remains is peace, and what remains